Did Washington halt its strikes on Iran because of political calculations, or because it's running low on critical weapons? And are divisions inside the Trump administration beginning to surface at the worst possible moment in the U.S. Iran confrontation? New reports from major American media outlets reveal intense debates behind closed doors at the White House and military warnings that may have forced President Donald Trump to reconsider plans for a major escalation against Tehran. So what really happened behind the scenes? In a surprising development that could reshape the future of tensions between the United States and Iran, new reports suggest that significant disagreements have emerged within President Donald Trump's administration over how far Washington should go in its military campaign against Tehran. According to a report by CNN, a high-level meeting was held at the White House, bringing together President Trump, senior advisors, and top military commanders to discuss options for expanding military operations against Iran. During the meeting, Vice President J.D. Vance and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Dan Kane reportedly raised serious concerns about the consequences of further escalation. Their warnings centered on the possibility that a larger conflict could spiral into a broader regional war with unpredictable consequences. But the biggest surprise came when sources within the U.S. Department of Defense revealed that America's air campaign against Iran had been paused after nearly 2 weeks of continuous nighttime strikes. The revelation immediately sparked questions about why Washington suddenly decided to halt its operations. According to those sources, the debate was not about whether the U.S. military could carry out additional strikes. Instead, the concern was the cost of sustaining a prolonged conflict. General Dan Kane reportedly warned that continued military operations could place significant pressure on American ammunition stockpiles and air defense capabilities. At the same time, the White House appeared to send mixed signals. On one hand, White House Communications Director Stephen Chung stated that President Trump still prefers a diplomatic solution and remains open to negotiations with Iran. On the other hand, he emphasized that all military options remain on the table if Tehran continues actions that Washington considers a threat to American interests and allies. Then came another explosive report, this time from the New York Times. According to the newspaper, growing concerns inside the administration over the depletion of Patriot interceptor missiles and other critical air defense munitions have become a major factor in Trump's decision to delay plans for a wider military escalation against Iran. The report suggests that senior U.S. officials fear that expanding the conflict could severely strain America's defensive capabilities in the Middle East, a region already facing rising tensions and ongoing security threats. And the concerns go beyond military readiness. Officials are reportedly worried about the global economic consequences of a larger war. A broader conflict could threaten shipping routes in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, disrupt global energy markets, drive up oil prices, and create new waves of instability and humanitarian crises across the region. Perhaps even more striking is that some U.S. officials are beginning to question whether escalation is achieving its intended goals at all. According to reports, some believe that continued military strikes may actually strengthen Iran's internal unity by allowing its leadership to rally public support around what it portrays as resistance to an external threat, rather than weakening the government as originally intended. Despite repeated assurances from the Pentagon that the U.S. military remains fully capable of carrying out any mission ordered by the president, the combined reporting from CNN and the New York Times paints a more complicated picture. It suggests an administration trying to balance competing priorities, maintaining pressure on Iran, avoiding a costly and prolonged war, preserving critical military resources, and keeping diplomatic channels open at the same time. This leaves one critical question. Is the suspension of U.S. strikes merely a temporary pause before another round of escalation? Or does it signal the beginning of a genuine shift toward diplomacy and negotiations? The answer could determine not only the future of U.S.-Iran relations, but also the stability of the entire Middle East. For now, all eyes remain on Washington and Tehran as both sides navigate a crisis that could either move toward a political settlement or evolve into an even more dangerous confrontation. According to reports from CNN and the New York Times, what is happening inside the Trump administration today may ultimately become the deciding factor in shaping the next chapter of this conflict. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to stay updated on the latest developments involving Iran, U.S. foreign policy, and major international events, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. And let us know in the comments, do you think the suspension of U.S. strikes is only temporary, or is it the first step toward a new diplomatic agreement with Iran? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.